This episode is sponsored by Moonlight Liquor, located 265 North Moonlight Road, Gardner, Kansas. Open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Moonlight Liquor is the biggest around with a square footage of 10,000 feet. They carry 48 cooler doors full of domestic and imported beer, a huge craft selection, including local breweries, also accessible through the walk-in cooler. They carry a wide selection of domestic and imported wines, including local wineries and an organic and sustainable wine selection. And of course, a massive selection of spirits and liqueurs.
And for you cigar fans, like myself, Moonlight Liquor has a walk-in humidor that carries a nice variety of over 30 cigar brands. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Real quick, again, at this time, I'd like to thank Moonlight Liquor for their sponsorship. Really do appreciate it, Mr. Spinello. Other than that, Mark, how you been?
I'm good.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Your haircut looks good.
Thank you.
When did you get your haircut today?
Yeah, literally like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, you smell good.
Thank you. It's the aftershave.
Yeah. So Chris and I were on. Well, hi, Chris.
Hey,
How you doing?
fine.
Good. You're off of school right now.
Yes.
You're on break,
Yep.
Yeah, winter break.
like everybody else.
Yeah, so technically this episode will be coming out after Christmas. So everybody out there, hope you had a great Christmas and
Yep.
see you on the new year after this.
Yes. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. And speaking of Christmas, we were on the way here, and Chris was sleeping while I was driving through the heavy traffic. Don't say you weren't sleeping, Chris.
I wasn't sleeping.
So you were looking at your eyelids? Your eyes were closed, Chris.
So you're looking at your eyelids.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Were you looking at your eyelids?
No,
Yes, you were.
I was not asleep.
You think about it. When you close your eyes, you're literally looking at your eyelids.
It's not like your eyes don't close also. It's just the lids.
That's
That's what?
You're looking. You're still looking at something.
Yeah, your eyeballs don't like decide to look down into your brain.
yeah. It's just the way Marcos phrased that. Your eyes are still open when your eyelids close. No, that's exactly what it means. Your eyes are closed.
No, the cornea never closes. So you're still looking.
The cornea just doesn't have any way to do that. You can't say it never closes. It's physically impossible to not.
That's not true. Blind people.
Hey, easy.
I don't know what that. Oh, what?
Yeah, they're starting to talk about us now.
Oh, you guys are blind.
I know. Yeah, our guests and myself were looking at our cameras trying to figure out where focus. And I can't see. He couldn't see. So
And
we're
it's
just
like-
okay. Well,
like
we're
4 feet.
I know. So anyway, real quick on the way here, I was listening to the Grinch, the song. You're familiar with that song, right?
Yep.
Guy with the real deep voice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
James Earl Jones?
No, it's not James Earl Jones.
No, it's
it's
not.
Darth Vader. I think.
It's Mufasa, I'm pretty sure.
The Mufasa?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's more. I think it's more Darth Vader. No, it's Babe Ruth. No, not Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
No, I'm thinking. No, he knew Babe Ruth in the Sandlot.
He did. Yeah, he did.
But I can't remember his name in the Sandlot though.
It was just the old man with the dog.
Yeah, he was the big ass dog. That Rottweiler. Or not
Rottweiler.
It was Saint Bernard.
Yeah, Cujo looking dog.
Cujo.
Yeah. We got off topic.
So,
Hold on. What is it?
where we go with this?
The Grinch.
Oh, no, the Grinch. Yeah, back to the Grinch. So I was listening to that song because I was like stuck in traffic, and I just realized that song's a roast.
Like, it's all about how bad he is. Yeah.
Yeah. So why would so if the Grinch was listening to this song that was made about him, how bad would he feel?
He loves it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I bet he.
loving it.
Yeah,
You think he would love it? I mean,
He's-
because
he sung it in Jim Carrey's "How the Grinch Stole Christmas."
he sang the song.
He was singing. Jim Carrey was singing.
It's like an homage to himself. Like, yes, like I know I'm bad, so I'm gonna accept it. So he's like, I'm as greasy as a banana peel. Like he's okay with that because he's
Right. Because I mean,
bad.
the guy literally said he stinks, he stank, and he stunk.
Yeah.
I would feel bad if somebody said that about me.
Well, he doesn't want to be liked by the Who's anyway, so who cares what the Who's think.
Wait a minute. If the Who cares, then who does care?
No one. He wrote it. That's how I interpret it. He wrote this song and produced it.
No, you're saying the Grinch wrote this song about himself.
Now, I may think I think it actually comes from the perspective of his dog, Chris. I think his dog wrote the song.
What's his dog's name?
Max. Because he's the only one that really knows the Grinch, so he would have all this information.
Did you get a cigar?
It's a fake cigar.
Well, I'm not allowed to smoke cigars in here, so I thought I'd bring my own cigar.
It's very... Where is this going? Hold on. It even... you can't see it, but it actually puffs smoke.
It has smoke in it.
What are you, Groucho Marx?
Is that from the Halloween party?
Actually, it was.
Oh, my God.
I've had this for
Pancho
like...
Villa?
Yes. You remember that?
I do remember that.
It's exactly the same one.
That was awesome.
Yeah. When I was Pancho Villa, I was smoking a blunt.
It literally...
And it still has smoke in it.
Dude, I think... Don't do that. That's probably bad for you.
I'm not inhaling it.
Even putting it in your mouth. It's been sitting in a box for like the past 2 years.
No, it's been sitting in my sock drawer.
Oh, my God. That's gross.
Oh, I even found
So it's well protected then.
Yep. I even found my fangs that I had made like 10 years ago. I found them in the little box.
Yeah, but you had different teeth back then.
What? No, they still, not these teeth. Not that. Oh, yeah, actually this one. No, I had that one already made. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So I was talking about the Grinch.
You realize that it's a bad song about him.
It's a bad song about him, but so I thought, man, if I was the Grinch and I was listening to this song, I would.
My hurt feelings?
Yeah, my hurt feelings, yes. Or my feelings hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
I guess so.
So.
I didn't realize there was more to it.
What do you mean?
Well, I've only ever heard it from the Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah, it was a song in the cartoon. And an actual
Chris,
song.
I just said we listened to it on the way here. Did you not listen to it?
No, remember, because he was asleep and looking at his eyelids.
I was listening to it. I never realized there was more after the three seasick crocodile part. that was always where they ended it in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a 6-minute song.
I know, it's pretty long.
There was more after
The same time.
And then the guy wouldn't even want to touch him with the 39.5-foot pole.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
That's just how bad it is. He's over. It's an exaggeration.
But
it's a hyperbole.
He'll touch him with a 41.
Apparently.
I guess.
Yeah.
Either way.
Anyway.
The song is.
Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up because it was weird listening to it on the way here.
Ties back to Christmas.
Yeah.
So
it's a Christmas song. And it's weird that it's a Christmas song, too.
Well, because the Grinch. It's how the Grinch stole Christmas, which makes it a Christmas song.
So let's introduce our guest because I don't want him to fall asleep on us while we're here sitting here talking about the Grinch.
It has been 8 minutes.
8 minutes? We've talked 8 minutes already?
Yes.
No, we talked about 4. We started about 8 minutes ago. Anyway, let me introduce our guest. Good friend of mine, known him for quite a while. We go way back. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Agustin Ramirez.
How's it going, guys?
Coach Og, how you been?
Man, can't complain. Very good. So God's been good.
That's
You know how
good.
it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was I just had a brain fart. Yeah, anyway. So Steen. Anybody else ever call you Steen?
My kids.
They call you Steen now?
Because
they
they
really?
hear Steen.
Oh yeah. Where do they hear it from?
Huh?
Where
Probably from you when we were growing up and they were playing.
Uh-huh.
But no, they every now and then they heard Steen. I go, what's Steen? It's Agustin. It's just short for Steen. And then it just clicked with them. And that's what they like calling me like Theen. Or they'll say Theen.
Oh, Theen.
Yeah. Manuel likes to call me Theen. Hey, Theen.
Who's that Manuel? Oh yeah, Theen.
My brother-in-law.
Yeah, your brother. That's funny, Theen.
Hey, what you think?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I used to call you Steen, but I've always tried to figure out how to spell it. So sometimes I want to text you and I'm like S-T-I or S-T-E-I-N, S-T-E-E-N.
S-T-I-N-E.
Coach Og, Augie, man, you got all kinds of nicknames.
Oh,
Go ahead, let me have them. Which one? Okay, we can keep the bad ones out unless you want to share with us. But what we got? Augie, Og,
Dog. What
Steen.
else? Yeah, Steen.
the Dancing Machine.
Oh yeah, not the dancing machine.
I thought that's what we used to call you in school.
You are the
Augie.
dancing Steen.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then I get called Gus too. I say,
Gus?
Where's Gus from?
Gus, yeah,
Gus.
man. So literally, we just breaking up your name, Augie.
All the syllables just say it on your hand.
Well, when they say when you say Augustine, my name's Augustine. He goes, whoa, I ain't gonna remember that one. We're going to Steen. Og.
Steen.
Og dog.
I guess.
Yeah.
So, but no, Augie just from my dad. So that stuck with his friends called him Augie, and then that just carried down to me. So that's how.
So you're a junior?
So yeah.
I did not know that.
Well, actually a third. But
Oh, really?
But my driver's license is junior because my grandpa was Augustine also. Augustine. And then my dad was Augustine, but he should have been the junior. But on my birth certificate, they put me as a junior. So I should actually be the third.
Oh.
Wow, we go all over the place with that.
So no middle name. So it's Agustin Ramirez.
So, but you use junior.
Junior, yes.
You do use junior, but you're really the third. Oh, that's crazy. And it was funny because with Mario, like Mario's the third, but there's people that they don't know my dad. My dad's name was Mario. But so sometimes somebody say, "Hey, what's up, Mario Senior?" They'll call me Senior. They'll call him Junior, and I kind of always have to correct them. I'm like, "Well, I'm the Junior. He's the third, you know." And
I really hope he has a son and he continues. Like, make him the fourth. You know, keep that going because that'd be sweet.
No, yeah, because they really want. Well, Andrew and
Yeah, I was about to say you guys.
and Zachary asked, "How come you didn't name us Steen or Augustine?"
oh, really?
Yeah, and I go, "Your mom was gonna have it." She said, "No,
Really?
we're gonna go with Brandon."
Something
Zachary.
something
Andrew.
they said something employable, something that they won't get hard in schools.
Yeah. So
So they come back and say, "How come you didn't name me Augustine? I like that name." I said, "No."
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because I think when we had Mario, I always said I wanted to name Mario, and then luckily Sandy agreed. But yeah, it would have been hard for me to say, what? Can't name him Mario? I would have did it anyway.
You decided to give me the complicated name.
Yeah, what?
The complicated name.
Marcos?
Yeah.
Is it complicated?
That's not complicated.
It is for people who can't for some reason read it. They go, Marco? Marcus?
Hey, Marcos.
Yeah. Marcus?
A lot of
Marco?
people, yeah, in Marcos'
No.
name, a lot of people leave the S out for some reason. It's right there, but they just call him Marco.
It's like saying, yeah, I know, I don't get it. It's like there's no apostrophe, so it's not, plural. I don't get it. Just Marcos or Marco, Marcus, just
Acris.
Mark.
Acris. It's terrible.
Anyway, welcome to the show, Steen. I appreciate you being here, man.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yep.
Lean, mean, Steen machine.
Yeah. How long?
Wish.
How long? How far back we go, Steen?
Ooh, man, our parents were good friends.
See, you know what?
Damn, I didn't know that.
So Jerry's parents were really, real good friends with my mom and dad, and I remember we used to every now and then we end up in Raytown at Funhouse, and Jerry's brothers and sisters, because I was the same age as Jerry, so and I just remember growing up with his siblings and going to Funhouse.
Yeah. So yeah, you probably I'm gonna say you knew them.
Yep.
Before you and I met.
Mm-hmm. But then when you guys had family functions or we were invited to some, that's how I got to know you more and
and I bet we probably hung out because your parents did the cursillos. Remember the
exactly.
What would you say? How in English?
Cursillos.
Crossillos? No,
Cursillo.
The cursillo. But I mean,
Which is
like a church group type of deal, right?
Basically like a reborn.
okay.
Just to learn more about the Catholic faith, more deeper as far as responsibilities, taking more responsibilities about your faith and your responsibilities is what it is. It's a deep, what do you say? A deep awakening in your heart that you feel. So,
It's a cleanse.
Exactly. It's a cleanse and it's in the reborn.
Yeah.
So
our parents.
It was like some kind of party you guys had though, like a big event, or was
Well,
it
there
more
was-
so focused?
and
kind of. Because
the way you made it sound, I'm like, wait, how did they draw up?
Well, here's the thing though.
Go ahead.
For mine, it kind of almost was because I had all my cousins and my good friends went to the same one that we did. So it was a little different. I think it was serious. We really deep down in our religion, what we saw, what we had, in front of us, what our goal, and it's a deep religious experience. So, but with all those guys being there, it was a lot more fun. My cousin Juan Ramirez, Tiny, Jose, but call him Tiny
because he was such a small guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, and, we all went through it. So it was a fun thing, but it was nice. But that's how our parents got to know each other because they were really into the movement.
Yeah.
of the Cursillo.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And earlier, and I think it was season 1, we had DJ Lisa G. Shout out to Lisa G. Lisa Galvin. Her last name Lopez, the Lopez family. I don't know if you remember them, but their dad is a mariachi. Yeah. And there's a picture out there. It's been floating around. I have it of our dads all in this giant picture. It's about 40 of them, and I'm sure your dad's in there. They're all in there, and I had shared it with her, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So speaking of your cousins, so you said Jose and Juan, and then you had Rafa and Robert, right?
Rafa,
they're all your cousins as well.
Exactly. So I had Serafin Lopez and Gavi Lopez.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Lopez. Okay. Yeah. So where did you grow up?
I grew up right there. We grew up not too far from you.
Okay.
Until I was 10. Remember that little on Ruby, that little hill that goes up right before 12th Street? If you can picture it.
Okay.
Okay, you know where the Franklin Center is?
Yep.
If you head east, and then that little hill that goes up, that's where I grew up there on that hill.
Okay.
Okay. That's where I lived till I was 10 before we moved down in Argentine. But but you guys were just down there like right off of 14th or
15th Street.
15th Street.
Yeah, which is right behind Franklin.
And that's another you don't remember, but that's another reason when I started seeing more of you guys when we used to go to the Franklin Center.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, who didn't?
But yeah, the Franklin Center, they had a little community thing, and they actually used to have a little house or a little get-together house just down the street.
Just for reference sake, Augie, this would be episode, I believe, 30. So that goes 30 people, 30 people, 30 people who have all been to the freaking Franklin Center, who lived in less than a 10-mile radius of each other. Just
right.
It's a small world, brother.
It's an Argentine world.
That's where we all. Yeah, that's where we all hung out.
Because there used to be like a little house. It's just like it is now. Just somewhere where they can go and do something, stay out of trouble, stay out of the streets. Same concept.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except they had fuzzball, pool, ping pong table, things like that to play.
That's cool. I wish I could have seen it like that.
And
the most memory I have is an ice cream shop. That was the last thing I remember going to see inside.
Yeah, you remember when they had that little coffee shop?
Oh yeah, the little coffee shop, and the little grocery store, and everything like that.
You had to be a member. Supposedly, you had to be a member. It was just like a discount, almost like Price Chopper will use your card. You just go in there and say, "Yeah, I'm a member," and then they give it to you for a little cheaper price, whatever you wanted to buy. But they were literally classrooms, which is still had the chalkboards on there, and that's where they wrote all the prices.
So up until about 10 years old, that we're frequent there, and I remember growing up and just playing basketball and different sports there.
That was just the hangout spot. Like you said, stay out of trouble.
Play in the streets, not worry about traffic, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Run up and down.
Yeah. So I thought you lived down there right by where Robert and Rafa on Metropolitan.
Right? They're on Metropolitan, but I lived on the
but you were on the opposite side.
Pretty much their house was on Metropolitan, and we could literally walk down the alley up to our yard. So that's how close it was. Ruby was right there. Metropolitan was right there. So.
Okay. So, and it was, so I know you, your dad and Juan's dad were brothers, right? And then
Rafa's dad.
Okay. They're all brothers. Okay.
So they all lived in that area. So
it's cool how they all
family,
just, because it was like that on 15th Street. My dad, we had my Uncle Tony, and then my Uncle Danny. I mean, the brothers, they just, it was a cool thing to do, for the brothers kind of just to live.
Yep.
And then keep the family close and stuff like that.
And then, because actually Rafa and Robert's mom and dad, her mom and dad lived just down the street from there. So they were pretty close with their family too. Simon Avila.
Okay. Yeah. Simon. Yeah.
Yep.
And Gloria.
We grew up back there with them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was Rafa and Robert's mom.
Yeah.
Side of the family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was
pretty cool.
It was actually nice. I mean, we were always around family. So
nobody had to drive anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you grow up speaking Spanish? First language?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
because that's all my parents, when they came, that's all they spoke. So when we were born, that's all we heard. We learned our English from TV.
TV, radio.
TV. So basically, our first language was Spanish because that's all we really talked. We talked to them. I never thought about it, but I guess it was weird because, once we got it to that age to where we started talking English, like all my siblings would talk English and we would talk English to my parents and they would talk Spanish back to us. So that's how it would go. Speak to me in Spanish. So we try to, we kept the older three kept some of the Spanish because we did talk back in Spanish, but the two youngest ones, Veronica and Sophie, that, they do speak some, but not as well as what we got because that's all we did. That was our first language. So I don't think we started learning, until we got to kindergarten. Actually, reading, writing, things like that. So everything was in Spanish for us up till that point.
Right. And even now, as you say, it's still pretty strong in there?
My Spanish is decent. I wouldn't say strong.
Okay.
It's decent. I can converse. I can get messages across and things like that. So I still can speak pretty fluently. But
now, let me know this. Did your boys go through the same thing that we said? We said, hey, why didn't you teach us?
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Did they?
Yes, of course. I said, it's hard, though.
It is hard. I couldn't learn it in school. I tried, and
yeah.
I just can't. I just can't.
Babylon, no. I'm just kidding. But no, we tried when I was younger, but, speaking to them in Spanish, trying to, get that into them, and so they can learn it. But, they understand it. They can pick it up quicker, acknowledge it, but it was just hard to do. So by that third generation, it's gone, brother. So
I know, right? And we got to try to keep it, though.
That's a statistical fact, okay?
I know it
was against it, but it was true. We tried, and they picked up concepts and things, but with each generation, you just lose a little bit.
That's why you got to take them to the Mexican restaurants as much as you can. That way they can read the menu.
They need to take me to them now.
Right? They pay for it. Yeah, exactly. And that's a good feeling when all your kids are working and, they can buy a meal for you here and there and pay a bill. Nice. And that's awesome. I love it. Man. Because, I would do that for my mom and dad as much as I could. And it was just me and my sister. So I'm like, I was thinking for the future, so I need to have more than 2 kids so they can all pay for my stuff when they get older.
Yeah, the idea is to have enough kids, at least one of them be successful enough.
Hopefully.
Andrew made me feel, these guys did get after it for not learning Spanish because they were, when they grew up, they understood the importance of it and were upset that I didn't teach them it. So with Andrew, I felt bad. So I said, I bought him a 2-year program with his parents just to help them learn it. I said, I'll pay for it. All right, so
man, we get on his case, and both our parents too, for
it's
sure.
The same thing. I can understand. So it's a valuable tool, and I'm glad my parents didn't, kept us. But we had no choice too, though.
Right.
I mean, if we were going to communicate, we communicate back in Spanish.
Right.
Like I said, when we communicated English, it wasn't until we started school and things like that. So.
Yeah.
So English came hard to us first couple grades, first, second, third. For me, at least, the learning curve was slow, so everything picking up things and things like that was slow. So
no, wait, were you guys speaking Spanish when you guys were at Franklin? Like, I'm trying to imagine. I feel like you guys were mostly speaking English.
It's all that. Yeah.
Was there a mix in there? I don't know. I just can't see you guys being like the neighborhood where like even the kids are speaking Spanish. No. It just doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly don't remember. I think everything was pretty much English.
Was it? Okay.
Everything was English, yep.
Just when you went home, that's when the Spanish kicked back in because you got to talk to your freaking parents.
Yeah. But
that's the way the conversation was. Mom and dad would speak to you in Spanish. We'd answer back in English.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't recall my parents ever saying, like, asking me, what did I just say or what. But you know what? One thing I didn't go through, and I see a lot nowadays, is kids nowadays have to translate for their parents.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I'm sure it's still like that in high school. Some of the parents they come in. What's up?
Oh, I'm laughing because I don't know. So you remember? I don't know if you have it in there later. We're talking about obviously we're talking about Harmon. But so when we went to Harmon and did the episode there. For the reunion. So there's a point where, so obviously Harmon over the years has become a majority like Hispanic culture. And there's families in there. for sure. And that, like you said, the kids will do the translate for the parents between teachers and so on. Well, for a while, because we didn't know Spanish, it'd always be these awkward moments, or because we look Hispanic, so they expect us to know Spanish. Exactly. But when we were there, so Chris was standing over by some of the equipment, just standing there, and a family comes over and starts asking him a question, and he's just kind of looking at them. He's like, I don't know what to do. It's like, what do you want me to say? I can't say anything. So my dad had to step in because he saw that.
I had to step in because I looked over at Chris Noach, and he closed his eyes. He closed his eyes like as if he just disappeared and nobody would see him.
If I can't see them, they can't see me.
Yeah. He just poof. I'm sure he wished he had that blanket that they use on the Harry Potter.
Blanket. Or Frodo's ring. Chris put on the ring and just disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't deny. You guys, you both of you can attest.
Yeah.
I have a natural ability to just, you don't notice me.
You kind of blend.
You just say, I look the part.
Yes.
Yeah, even at home, they don't notice me.
Hey, you know what's
you are super quiet. Bro.
Yeah, he ain't super cool. You know what's funny is looking at you, Chris, from here. People can't see, but it's kind of like Tim the Tool Man. His neighbor looked over a fence at him, and we could never see his bottom half under his nose. That's what we see with you right now.
So right now, the people obviously can't watch at home. So I'll insert a picture here of what he looks like compared to this. So right now, that's how you can see. It's just his nose up to his eyes.
Yeah, that's funny.
But we've all gone through that situation where someone has talked to us in Spanish, and we're like, oh, okay, I can kind of pick and choose what you said and kind of help, but otherwise I'm like of no real value to this conversation.
Yeah, because he went through, I don't know if you heard one of the episodes we talked about where Marcos got into a thing where we were at Home Depot. I went inside to pay a bill, and then the family come out. They bought something that just wasn't going to fit in their vehicle.
Let me paint you the scene real quick. So what was happening was, as he goes inside, he's paying the bill. I'm parked outside in front, and I'm kind of like, I'm sitting there on my phone, I'm scanning, I'm just looking out, and I see this couple who got a big old like freezer, and they're trying to put it in the back of like a small car.
Oh my goodness!
Like I was like, oh crap, and like I'm watching them, like they're not gonna do that, and then they start kind of like looking around. I go, what are they doing? Then they see me. I go, oh crap.
So he did the same thing. He closed his eyes.
He put the ring on.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do. I mean, like I saw him coming up to me. Ah, shit. Okay, I guess this is happening. So I rolled down my window, start speaking in Spanish, and I'm listening to what he's saying. And I caught a few key phrases, like help and a couple other things. I'm like, okay, he's obviously asking for help, context clues, the freezer. He sees I got a truck, and I'm talking to him like, honestly, I don't know Spanish, but I get what you're trying to say right now. So give me a minute. When my dad comes back out, and we'll figure this out. So that's what he did. He came back out, talked to him. We figured it out. We helped him out. I mean, it all worked out, but it's just like one of those situations. It's like, shoot, what do I do?
Dad, your fault.
It is. It is
And then of course after that incident, I had to hear about it. See, if you would have taught me Spanish, this would have been much easier. I'm like, you did fine,
Well, no, my boys didn't have that issue. You know that, right?
I didn't. Yeah, I was. Well,
maybe
they got the lighter side of the rainbow on for them, so there's not as much miscommunication on that end. Like, oh, is he? I don't know. He kind of no, maybe not. I won't try.
Yeah, they still give me third degree though.
The only bit of Spanish I know. No habla español. I say that at work so much.
Oh, at the movie theaters? That's true. A lot of Mexicans love going to
hablo
movies.
español. You might have to just have a little sign, Chris, just to hold it up. No hablo español.
I know. I either direct them to the immediate Spanish-speaking person we have on staff, or I have to call someone to get the person to come and help.
You have to do that with like at the ticket window?
At the ticket or in concessions.
What is the person's name that you have to get help from? You don't even know him?
Leo,
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's half. That's half and half. If you're going to tell me his name was like Adam or something, then
Yeah.
Hey, guy.
Steve, can you come help me with Spanish?
There's another guy named Gabe.
Gabe.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
Jamal, can you come help me with the Spanish?
Hey, Tyrone.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, man.
Sting, what schools did you attend?
Let's see. Mainly grade school was Our Lady of Unity, which was up by
Up on the hill, Maple Hill.
Simmons
Funeral Home, right? Maple Hill.
Funeral, just across the street from it.
Okay. And that school's been there for a while.
Yep. So and then we went there through 5th grade, and then in middle school we went down to St. John's Evangelist, but it still was a school, Our Lady of Unity.
Okay, still.
But the middle school was down there at
OLU.
St. John's Evangelist, Our Lady of Unity. Yeah, OLU.
Yeah. OLU.
So up until 8th grade, and then I went to Harmon. So I went to Harmon. My dad list picked as far as if we want to go public school or private school.
Oh, they let you guys?
Well, yeah.
What would have been the private school at the time?
A private school would have been Bishop Ward.
Okay, that's what I figured.
So I know my sister had gone there, and she really enjoyed it. So we just chose to go. I just chose to go there, I guess. So
Yeah. Up at Harmon. To Harmon.
to Harmon High School. So it was right there close, and she was already going. So I think it would be more easier than that.
Yeah. We don't talk about Harmon much here, do we?
Like I said, over the last 30 people,
Probably as
they
much
all the last 30 people on the show, they all went to Franklin, they all went to Harmon, they all lived in Argentina. They all are somehow related through cousins or marriage or something.
At least 5% had no relation. At least 5% had no relation.
Yeah, there's a couple that were just out there, but they were still around in the community.
Yeah, that's cool. And then you met up with us when we did episode 16. We were up at JC Harmon.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And celebrating, of course, the 50th anniversary, which is pretty cool. And then just like I was telling Art Vargas was in here in our last episode, and I had just mentioned to him that Rosedale just started a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what
you saw that?
told me. So yeah, it seems like that. Also, I can't remember if I've seen it on Facebook or where did I see it.
Yeah, I actually saw it on the news.
So.
I saw
On
it
the news?
That was
on the
cool.
news. Yeah, they made it. It's a big deal. Yeah,
Interesting.
which is pretty cool.
That is.
But yeah, so yeah,
Well, Argentine and them were high school.
The two high schools.
Harmon, so before 74,
right.
73.
73. Yeah,
Dang.
So
long time. I was three.
I know.
3 years old.
What year were you in Harmon?
my fall of 84 and graduated in May of 88.
88.
So
Nice.
84. Yep. And I was 85, 89.
Yeah, I was about to say, so a year older. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's fun times. Great school.
Yeah, but you know what? Real quick, let's talk about the Golden Gala. If you know,
Harmon Gala.
So if you can,
well, we're going to be, we're doing different activities as far as celebrating the 50th anniversary of the school.
yeah,
And they had the open house, and when you guys came was one. I think they were going to have. I think they had another open house or something not too long after that. But they'll have the Hall of Fame game in February, and then April 29th.
Are you playing in that, Dad?
are you? What's that supposed to mean?
Hall of Fame, man.
So wait a minute. Okay. Well, we'll get back. Go ahead, explain, and then we'll get back to
And
that.
then, so we'll do something on the Hall of Fame night as far as for celebration of 50. But we also inducting a new class of Harmon alumni into
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame. So usually it's athletes, a coach, and someone that's worked with the school or gave numerous time and things like that, and dedicated to the school. So Distinguished Service Award is what it is what they call it. So they usually try to get one coach and one distinguished award, and then nominate athletes and try to choose which athletes will go in for that year. So
Yeah.
I think they got 5 this year for this class that are going to be included, and then that's in like the mid-February. They'll have a date. I wish I could tell you the date, but
Yeah, I don't remember the date as well. But yeah, we'll try to keep plugging it from here until
Sweet. Yeah, and then and then April 29th that's when we're having the actual 50th celebration as far as a whole, just celebrating the 50th year of Harmon, and then they're calling it like a Golden Gala. So it's going to be a big event. We're going to try to set up for 300. We're going to try to get 300 people. Right now there's a committee about 7 or 8 of us that are putting things together. As far as we're going to have it at Harmon. Okay?
Oh, sweet. Okay.
We're going to have it at the gym. We're going to decorate it. It's going to be, we'll have round tables, things like that, where everybody can sit. We'll have, people trying to sponsor tables, or the classes sponsor tables so they can sit with their class of 88, class of 89, whatever one, things like that.
Yeah.
And we'll be having, we're meeting in January to finalize a lot of that stuff as far as the costs we want. And as far as the cost, just to break even so everybody can enjoy themselves.
Right.
And what it costs, we'll be selling T-shirts up until that point as fundraisers. selling tickets, and then we're also going to have special guests. Okay, I can't reveal special guests.
Okay,
because
that's fine. I won't say I'm going to be there.
I was going to say, are you the special?
we can't say that. We can't talk about who's going to be there.
Who's going to be there? But you know, it's going to be not a like a semi-formal. It's for a nice occasion. Yeah. They're going to cater dinner, speakers. Talking about different times and aspects of Harmon and what growth and what's going on and what's going to happen and things like that. But just to get everybody together is the biggest thing.
That's good. Yeah, it sounds exciting. Actually, it sounds fun. Definitely going to have to be there. I mean, is there something that we need to? Do we need to do? I mean, are we looking for sponsors?
Well, yeah, we can always use sponsors. I'm glad you said that because Margie would. Yeah, but yeah, we're looking for any.
If you want, we can edit that out, and then you can just say, "Oh yeah, we need sponsors."
But but the biggest thing is, we want alumni to be participants. We're looking for musicians. We're looking for people to play, DJs, something like that.
Any podcasters? You guys need any podcasters out there?
Definitely. Oh yeah, you know it. As far as that, anyone to help out, maybe with we got some formers that are photographers that are going to dedicate some time, take pictures, put them up on sites and things like that. But we could use help anywhere.
Okay, yeah. You know what? We need DJs. We need a DJ.
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, Lisa G, Fernando. So Fernando Productions. I had him here. I
know we got someone that's going to help us out for sure. But
okay, sweet.
But yeah,
Fernando's only allowed to be there half the time because he went to Harmon.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
But he might. He might get kicked out because that guy got kicked out all the time. So he'll start.
But we want to make sure the alums, are able to, as far as enjoy the night too, and
correct.
Not just have to work. So we are getting some outside people to help us that are familiar with some of the people that are in the community and things like that, and just around the community to help support their businesses too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, anybody, we're I think the caterers, we're looking for alums that do business in catering. Yeah. We're looking for
we're looking for members to make a jam session, right?
Exactly.
A lot of the
exactly. They're looking for a jam session because
we got to get our Harmon theme get back going.
They're trying. They're working on it.
That's nice.
They're trying to get it.
You think a Donston can still play?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my cousins were all band members. So you know what?
Tell them all to just show.
Primos, we're talking to you guys out there. We need everybody, all the help we can get.
Oh yeah,
make this work, man.
Yeah, make it a festive night. Have a social hour before, have the dinner, have the speakers, and then a little bit afterwards, as far as some type social, and then we can always take an after party somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
So
that sounds
go back to the poorhouse like you do.
There you go.
But that'll be April 29th is what we're looking for. A lot of the information will come from if you're not a member of Facebook or anything like that, a lot of it's getting posted on the alumni site, the JC Harmon alumni site.
Okay.
On Facebook is where most of the stuff, because there's I think 1,400 members on it.
Thanks.
So yeah.
Man, okay. Class of 89, we got to get out there. We got to show our support.
So yep.
Because I know 88, because I'm pretty sure class of 88 is going to represent.
So, well, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so.
Got to get that Mr. Oakman out there.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That would be cool. So you said there's already been a t-shirt design made. Is it already been made
design? Up? It's
Can you reveal it?
Well, I won't do justice to it, so I won't reveal it.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure. But I think it's on the site, and it's it was made just for 50th celebration, and actually an alum that's an art like Art Vargas was, but he's not with them. I think Modesty is the one that created it.
Okay.
And she has a production, and she does that kind of work also, and she created it for Margie. That's what we're using for the 50th, and we're gonna have t-shirt sales with it and things like that with it. So
raise money.
Exactly, raise money for
I have to talk to my sister. She's a class of 98, and she used to sell burritos back in the day. So maybe we could get her to make burritos. Yeah, maybe she can sell burritos.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, why are you laughing? Because my sister used to make burritos. I
know she did. That was just
my mom and me made burritos to help fund
wrestling.
All their soccer travel.
Oh, here recently. Really?
No. Back in the day when we were playing with you guys. Okay, they were playing with a premier team, and once they got with the older, I'm talking more in high school when they're traveling a lot. I mean, playing league games in Chicago and crazy stuff like that. Man.
Hey, this could be the
That stuff-
This could be
that
the
stuff
makes me
debut.
crazy.
This could be the debut of Big Mont's cheese.
Yeah, you know what? I need to get that out, man. I mean, yeah, I got a cheese dip pocket that's just to die for, man. I got to put it out there in the market. I ask people, I make it, I share it with people. Yes, exactly. I'm going to have to put it out there and have just a giant tub,
Bathtub.
giant tub, and it just poured in
Ladles.
something. Yeah. So no, we're looking forward to that, and definitely, I will do my best to get it out there. We'll put it on Facebook and whatnot, and
definitely make sure you get the information too as it updated. Okay.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sounds good. Sweet. So let's go back to the. You said there's going to be a group that is going to be put into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yep.
And please tell me, Margie, is she?
She is. She's going in as a coach, actually.
Nice.
I don't want to mess it up now. You're going to put me on the spot.
Yeah. Well, we can. No.
I meant to ask that because did she graduate from Harmon too, or was she somewhere
Yes.
else? Okay.
Well, you know what? Whether
So
she's
you guys-
whether
I
she,
didn't know
whether
she-
she goes in as a coach or a teacher. I mean, good for her. That's awesome.
I mean, she's similar.
I didn't know whether or not she actually did or not, and that's why she went back to it later in life.
So she went to school in 84 like I did, graduated in 88. She went to college, double majored, and then went back to She
Right?
And,
she went back to Harmon to fix some things and get it straight.
Working there, she taught there.
Yeah.
She had spent 4 or 5 years where she was an IC coach and helped with different schools in downtown, but was working mainly at Harmon. And then 1 year she went to one of the schools on Parallel. I can't remember what it is. Northwest, I want to say. And then came back to Harmon. And then last year she was at Wyandotte for a year, and then came back as an IC again at Harmon this year. So
Yeah, good for her. man.
almost-
That's awesome.
Yep.
You remember how you guys
She
met in high
bleeds
school?
purple. She definitely bleeds purple. I
Oh,
know that.
definitely. Yeah. They're high school honeys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember how
What's
you
the
guys,
word I'm looking for?
high school sweethearts?
High school sweetheart.
So,
You remember when you guys met in high school?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, we were really good friends all through high school. We really didn't start dating until
Senior year?
towards the senior year, towards the end of our senior year. But, we were with the same group. We always worked together, always around everywhere we went around and things like that.
Yeah.
Really good friends. And towards the end of our senior year, we went to a movie, and before we know it, we started dating. So
That's cool.
The rest is history.
Right.
So,
That's cool.
yeah.
20-some odd years later.
30 actually in
30?
February.
Wow.
30 years
30 years for you guys, huh?
this upcoming February. So
Do you guys have a lot of class reunions? Did you guys get together or you try? Or?
we had our 5th. I think we might have had another one, but that was it.
So that was like 20.
Really? Just stop right after that.
So yeah, I mean, it was those were hard enough, but yeah, we need to try to do something though. We have people that reached out, so we can try to start it. Get one going for this next either. 30,
our
40
class
years or whatever.
has done really well.
Well,
with the-
let's hope with
you know,
the
thank
changing
you.
times of the internet has made it a lot
Yeah,
easier to get it together.
Yep. As far as our class, thank you to Kenya Davis. She's been really good at keeping everybody together.
That's good, yeah.
Once in a while, she'll throw out some on Facebook. Hey, let's meet at the Poorhouse. There's a bar right there off of Neiman,
Well, that's really good.
75th and Neiman. And I missed the last one, but I definitely sent her a message and said, yeah, I'll be there. I couldn't make it for some reason, but yeah. And I know I said, yeah, I threw my hat in there and I said, whatever I can do to help our class. So, whatever I can do to help the gala, I'll
that's awesome.
let's try it. Yeah. But yeah, so what's your best memory at Harmon High School?
Best memory, there's a lot of them. Lunch,
just the French fries.
No, just
tater tots.
because well, it was junior, senior mainly. I mean, lunch was just so much fun because you had your group. We were a tight knit group. There's about 20 of us. Tight knit.
Yeah.
Group.
But there was a time that you guys had to be careful what you ate because you guys were all wrestling, right?
Right. So we didn't
you
eat.
guys-
But
you guys-
you say lunch. I mean, we didn't eat.
It's the hangout.
Right,
man.
we
So
were
we
just
just
all
hung
hang out
out.
there.
I mean, people
You guys
had
were
their
chilling,
lunch.
talking. My
But
dad
yeah,
was
but
breakdancing.
I mean,
Or shooting hoops.
so
Yeah.
But no, it was just
of
a
being in
fun
class.
time. But also, certain classes you had, of course, your friends, and some classes more memorable than others. But overall, yeah, just being able to get together with your friends and the group there and being tight knit and it was just a blast,
And then you still see pretty much all the guys, right?
Oh yeah, we still
Guys, gals, whoever.
Yeah, a lot of times like run into guys in my class. Of course, we see Tony Gutierrez, Jaime. We always run into it.
Yeah.
Every time there's some function, it looks like everybody's right there.
Yeah.
Now, is he actually tiny, or is it said ironically?
Okay. Well, yes, ironically. He got that from Our Lady of Unity in football. Okay. Mike Lackner.
Yeah.
Yep. He was the 7th and 8th grade coach. I didn't play football until my 8th grade. But his 7th grade, Tiny was probably, at least plus 200 as a 7th grader. Okay.
That's huge.
He was a big boy. And he was a monster on the field. Okay. So when they were playing and, he's like a giant to everybody else on the field. And he goes, well, this tiny guy's going to hurt you? No, he's a teddy bear. So, Mike Lackner got the name Tiny from him. I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. And it just stuck with him.
And I believe you're right
because it just stuck with him.
Yeah,
So,
Luis Orpeza, I think he told me that story too. I think that's how Tiny got his name.
They said Tiny and just stuck, and man, that's all I call him even now.
That's not a bad nickname.
I don't even remember what I called him
It's a
before.
good one, right?
Luis, I think I used to call him Luis.
And Tiny played on the line.
So
Yeah, he was the left tackle and guard, right? He played both at the same time.
Pretty much.
He covered that position.
I get it. Left tackle, Luis Tiny, LT.
Yeah, got it.
Oh, man, he was a monster. I mean, he in high school he was about he was hitting about 300. So 270, 300, right around there.
Dang.
And he was a force. I mean, he was an athlete. He was an athlete when it came to the line.
I remember
He was
that.
a monster.
Did he wrestle?
He wrestled for I think freshman, maybe sophomore year. Got hurt. He had that dislocated herniated disc.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he had a herniated disc that he had and
Those are
pretty much
tough.
gave it up after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it bothered him for a good year.
He almost went. He probably could have gone undefeated. Like no one else was in his weight class.
But yeah, that's
Right.
I mean, even though he got hurt in his junior year, I know he's still hurt, but he played through that pain his junior year of football.
Yeah.
He was just a monster.
Jeez.
Did he play his senior year?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, so he
senior
played
year,
all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a slip disc, man.
So
had
I
a
was
buddy like
a
that.
right guard, and he was the right tackle.
Okay.
So
Strong side.
Yeah.
exactly, strong run that.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah,
Tiny's number.
that's cool. And that what other sports did you play in high school?
Let's see. In the of course, played football.
Yep.
We didn't have soccer, otherwise I would have played soccer until our senior year, of course. But I played football.
Wait, real quick. So your senior year that's when we got soccer.
That's when we got soccer.
But you stuck with football. You didn't.
Yeah. Coach Hodge says, nah.
What happened? And I tried to play both sports, and the same thing. Coach Hodges was like, "No, you either pick football or
So yeah, 'cause
soccer."
That's a weird thing to do, Dad. I mean, you were kind of average at both. So
I know I was. That's true. And I didn't play. I didn't know the game of soccer. I just played because Tony and
we
Juan.
grew up playing soccer.
Yeah, you guys did. I didn't.
Because, our uncles were diehards. So we
Yeah.
grew up playing, we even carried, our teams were Tangacicuaro or Zamora. Those were our team names when we were playing. We used to play it down at St. Margaret's. And, we were just playing a rec league, but it was mainly Hispanic teams. So,
Yeah.
And so it was like a premier league back then for us because we played some pretty good teams. I mean, just around the areas as far as in Armadale, Rosedale, teams.
See, and I didn't know.
that
I didn't know
area
much about
from our
soccer back then.
And they're
I was at Franklin.
man, they're diehards.
Yeah.
They had men's team, and I just remember going to how competitive it was for them, and that's kind of stuff carried over. But they were very competitive. I mean, things didn't go wrong. Things got ugly at times.
Yeah.
so if you know where I'm talking about there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. My uncle Andy used to play down there. He was the only soccer player from our family. My dad's brothers, and my father-in-law He played down there as well, down in St. Margaret's.
All my uncles played until our age now where we can't play.
Yeah. I think they played longer than what we did.
True, True.
My
cousin Chuche still plays.
And how
he's
old?
like 63.
See, it's
and
soccer.
he still plays. I said, "Oh my God, made me look bad."
I remember times playing with you as well. I mean, that's taking it way back when, even for me. And like, shoot, I remember when playing up with my older brother, so with Mario and all them, that was kind of scary, low key. Like, there were some incidences I remember. I think, was it RJ?
Yeah, RJ.
I don't remember if he was a goalie or not, but I remember one time, like, he got the ball and he kicked the ball straight into the other player's back, like on the other team, and they're getting ready. I was like, oh my God, I'm 3 years younger than this, and I don't know what's about to happen right now. I was like, holy cow.
That's funny.
Yeah, RJ was our goalie. Yeah.
Some intense times back then.
So, yeah, they were competitive. I mean.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of coaching, we'll get into that. So you coached soccer for a very long time, right?
Well,
I mean,
I didn't even finish your question though, but I did play football, wrestling, and I did track.
Nice.
So.
Oh, okay. You did. What did you do?
This
you threw up.
Javelin.
You threw up in track. I thought that's what you were gonna say. I threw up. I mean,
I started running, so I threw up.
No. The only running we did was what they call the weight man's relay, the big boy relay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So,
Marcus was a part of that.
yeah, I did.
So we did that one. So even Tiny did that one. So yeah, he's quick. So, but those were the sports I did, and then of course soccer. I got into soccer. I've always been in soccer. When I was young, and like I said, I didn't play in high school because it wasn't in high school, but I started coaching. I think I want to say
was it Brandon?
When Brandon would have been 3, so right before 2000. Okay, right 2000, the year 2000 when I started coaching him. But he played before with Ralph Orpeza and
their team.
And your wife Sandy, their team.
Okay,
So
yeah.
He started with those.
Okay,
and
with that group.
Yep,
yeah,
and then
because the story is Brandon didn't want to be out there, so Sandy had to
hold
his hand and kind of just walk him through the practice. and
then after that was history. So,
I know, right? Yeah.
But yep. And then in 2000, I started coaching soccer for the boys' team, and that's how I got involved more into soccer.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 2000. And I still coach today soccer. So
yeah. And then somehow Sandy and I got thrown into the coaching. I think was it you that asked us to coach, or
no, I think you brought me into Jose Sarate had you guys first.
Oh man, I forgot about Jose.
Yeah, Jose.
Okay.
So he started the Kansas City, Kansas Soccer League, and we played, right there in the area. And the first year we played was in Margaritas. Remember St. Margaret's Park?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
When they formed that committee,
so we were able to get the city to let us use it and stuff like that. And we had like at least 10 or 12 teams, I think, that first year. And the year before that, I think Sandy introduced Jose to me, and that's how I got involved with
that.
Exactly. And we carried that league on for 10 years.
So when we got, maybe it was Ralph that got us coaching. I don't know. I didn't know anything. I still don't know the game. I still can't figure out the offsides thing.
The rule.
Watching my daughter play out there, I'm like, gee, offside? No, she was on. Whatever. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yes, it is a complicated rule.
It is, yeah. Yeah, those are good times. Speaking of coaching, Court, you coach Courtney.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
our original team.
I guess I could say we did.
Yes.
I was your assistant there.
Exactly.
And and that kid was just everywhere. Yeah, that kid was just everywhere. And it's good to hear that. Is he still with the Sporting or?
So yes, they picked up his option from what I understand. So he'll be with them this year again.
Okay, sweet.
So yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Especially
definitely,
especially that he came from he played on the fields that we played on.
Yeah.
Clopper Field. He played Leo Alvey. He played in those fields. Yep.
He did it all
at St. Margaret. So he played on those home fields. He played in the Turner Leagues. We played in the Turner Leagues. At times we played
at Heritage.
KZK. We played a league, and then as we got older, then we went to the Heritage Leagues and played the Premier side.
Yeah, and then Stump. Yeah, Stump is a park that stunk, right?
Yeah, it was like
Remember the one right
from
Yeah.
That place
like
was
the plan.
stinky. And I was coaching out there like this.
But yeah,
Come on, guys.
so that was that. Yeah, and we kept those guys together for a long time.
Yeah.
So like I said, like in 2000, and then
So Mighty was a part of that group, right?
yeah, and they played all through high school.
Yeah.
So they played all through high school. I mean, once they got into the middle school and high school, we got to that point where, you know, when I was coaching, it was all about, you know, making sure they understood the basics as far as, because technical and tactical stuff.
Yeah.
As far as team stuff, I didn't think it was as important, because I still think at that time the basics was the key, because I think I was under the, you know, first coaching and stuff. I said, you're only as good as the last player as far as skill wise and thing on your team.
Yeah.
So it was always about the basics. I like coaching the basics and keeping with the basics, teaching the footwork, keeping the ball, you know, keeping the ball close to your feet, you know, big toe, little toe. You
the
guys
fundamentals.
Fundamentals, fundamentals. And that's what I carried over. And, you know, over time, I just got this understanding that instilled confidence in each individual. So, and the confidence that it built in those kids has just made them a better person outside the soccer field and the field. So that philosophy just stuck with me, and it's something I use to this day. So it's about building kids' confidence on the field and feeling good about themselves, which carries over off the field,
Correct.
and in their daily lives. So that's very important to me for them.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks for doing this.
and,
I mean, you know.
And just with the fundamentals, and as we got older, the team concept, you know, kids varied in you know, kids only want to play for fun, kids want to play for competitive. So when it got to that point, then we had what we had is I still took our whole team to Premier side, but we were on the Missouri side.
Okay.
And, you know, and then like 4 or 5 that played real competitive or ended up playing because some of those kids needed to get with higher competition, play on higher teams and things like that. So they went with a lot of the Kansas club teams like the Legends and things like that, KFC, the Kansas, the
KFC, you hungry?
Football Club, the Kansas City Football Club, of course. Those type of teams are the ones they played in, and real competitive, and that's what helped those guys, you know, carry on. And play.
You had to know that was going to cause trouble.
Yeah,
Kansas City.
Was.
You going to KFC?
KFC,
No?
exactly.
Yeah, that's funny.
But you know, help those guys as far as growing their game, and the guys that just had fun. That's what we did. We made sure they still had fun playing the game, and that's the way we wanted to keep it. And we still were able to keep the group together. So that's why we played on the Premiership side in Missouri when they had a Premiership. Now it's just all one. It's all Heartland. But back then they used to have the Premiership on the Missouri side and Premiership.
And
on
is
Kansas.
that both indoor and outdoor?
So no,
is that the way that works?
Well,
So-
no, it's just for outdoor.
Just outdoor.
Indoor is just it's in the facility you play. I mean, there's a soccer dome. Back then it was just All American, and the soccer dome were the main competitors.
Yep.
And Soccer Dome was the one up north, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Soccer Dome.
so you had a lot of the Missouri teams that played there, and then a lot of the Kansas teams that played at All American.
Is the All American off 87?
87.
Like,
Yeah.
that one-
Rose Hill.
That one stunk, in my opinion. I remember
Oh,
I
it's
was like,
really
that one.
nice now, though.
Is it?
upgraded, yeah.
Really?
They got basketball courts in
Really?
there now. Yep. They do basketball.
Huh. Holy cow.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they've really updated it. So
I just remember
it's
that
real
one
nice.
stinking because like the smell of like the rubber mats
still
or
have-
whatever.
yep,
Just, huh.
But
Attached to Emerald
they've
City.
really do well. You guys got to check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. You know what? You're right.
So
I need.
What
Yeah,
was-
it's just
wait,
right
was
down the
All
street.
American, the 2-story one.
yeah, that's the one with the 2 stories.
Yeah.
But
Had
they
the
also
little.
have
Had the little. Is that little field still
little
there?
field still
Yeah,
upstairs?
yeah, I
The
remember
two,
that,
The 2
yeah.
main fields, and then on the other side
Like
where
the
it
big
used,
field.
it used to be like a baseball stuff.
Yeah.
That-
Oh, yeah.
they own that stuff now, and they made into basketball courts and things like that.
Wow, I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Man, I gotta even check those out.
So and then what was the other one? The behind 87. It's right off 87.
It's part of All American. It's off of
Yeah, I thought so because it's
what
like
is
attached
it,
to Emerald City.
91st.
off of
Nine-
91st and Bond.
Yes, 95.
Okay.
What was it?
It's Emerald City.
just
Emerald
for kids?
City. Emerald
Yeah.
City next to it, but the field to the left of it is All American. It's an All American.
Oh,
field.
so it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an All American field, so it's their third field basically. Their third big field.
You know what's weird about that? The other one, the 2-story one, is like it had a weird skateboard or ski shop inside of the building. I remember
That's right,
that.
yeah.
It was so weird. It was just so random.
But that was a guy that leased that space. So
Really? Huh. I always thought that was just weird. Like, it's all soccer, and then there's a skateboard in their ski shop, literally.
Right.
I didn't understand it.
I used to go in there all the time just to look. Just to look at the
And
different
I swear to God, I think upstairs.
I swear to God, ref.
I thought they had like some kind of laser tag upstairs. Like right by the concession, if you look inside a door, they had like this weird glow in the dark area. Like, I could have sworn it was laser.
No, they just used to throw all the bad kids in there. It's just a dark room.
No, it had like there was like a dinosaur, so some kind of like
Dinosaurs.
Yes, I'm not even kidding.
There was a party room.
There was something about it. It was like, man, that's kind of cool. I always wanted to go in there, but I never could.
Did any of your boys coach? Did they follow Dad's footsteps?
Well, let's see. When they played, Brandon and Andrew were the competitive ones. They really wanted to play competitively, and they played competitively through high school and everything like that. And Brandon tried in college until he got injured again, and then he pretty much hung it up. But they got into the coaching aspect.
Did they?
Of it. Okay. Zach, he played for fun, and he played in high school. He was a great goalie.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to do it for fun, and that's the way we left it.
Right,
That's the way we left it. But he would be a pretty good coach too. But yeah, Brandon and Andrew, they now coach. Well, Brandon has his own business. He calls it Full 90 Fitness KC. It's a strength and conditioning, but full 90 in relations to soccer, 90 minutes of game. So
90 minutes of terror.
90 minutes of terror. Yeah. So Full 90 Fitness as far as just, but he that's like his specialized for soccer, but he trains, he trains football players, he trains basketball players, he trains college players.
Sounds like a lot of endurance.
Can he train old men?
He can train old men. He can train this old man too. So
nice, good for him.
But yeah, so he started his own business just after we got released basically from all the COVID stuff.
Okay.
Once that breakup, that May, he opened it up and started it, and he's been doing very well. He's in Waldo right now. So he's in Waldo and trains young kids and college kids and adults also. As far as
does he have other people helping him train as well?
His team?
Andrew, he helps and he coaches. Well, I should say we.
It's just it's amazing to hear you say that because I still see Andrew just.
I do too. That's what I'm doing.
Even though him and Chris are the same age, but yes, still I just picture Andrew just little.
So imagine he's coaching. 7th grade team right now, which will be an 8th grade team. So we co-coach it, but he's going to take them on once they go into high school in 8th grade. And I'm more of an assistant in that type because I coach 2 other teams and I'm more of
still coaching.
Yeah, because I'm the fundamental guy. So I like to instill the confidence, the skill work and things like that.
Yeah.
So I stay with the younger kids. So I
get them out there early.
I got a 3rd grade group and I got a 5th grade group right now that we're developing up. Okay. And the guys Andrew that I still help coach are the 7th graders. Those are guys I had.
What organization are you with?
We're with what we're called is a Pele's Club.
Okay.
We're the Pele's Club. So I coach high school at Bishop Miege.
Okay.
And it's just like a feat.
Another title?
Our head coach. What?
You guys have another title?
Yeah.
Soccer? Congrats.
Well, appreciate it. Yeah. You ask because people hate us.
I know, right? It's
there's a lot of.
So, but no, I mean, you guys recruit and all that stuff. But no, soccer we can't. We don't have. The kids we get is the kids we develop.
Right.
We believe in total development.
Yeah,
so,
but I hear more of the football than soccer, honestly.
So yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's
recruiting aspect. Yeah,
that's what.
Well, true. Sport. Yeah, but
we're not funded, so
right, exactly.
It's a private school, but we get the bad name for that.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, I think this. Here next year or 2, they're putting a multiplier rule. So we'll have to multiply our with our success, they throw in a multiplier. So we'll have a multiplier to increase our enrollment. So that'll force us out of we're a small school.
Right.
We're a 4A. I think we're like 570, something like that. I don't know. Well, we keep decreasing.
Yeah.
But that that'll keep us, that'll throw us out at 5A and put us into 4A to be more competitive, I guess, with other groups.
Yeah.
So we can't win the titles, I guess, basically.
Just beat the next class.
That's the thing to do, but it does get tougher. So
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we did win another title. Actually, it was 8 titles for the boy, 8 straight titles.
8 straight.
Holy crap.
Nice. Trying to see if I knew any of the boys that you coach. I think the last one might have been, the Rodriguez kids. Ramon and Terry Rodriguez, they're
Ramon graduated last year. Paul, stud.
Is he?
He's a stud.
Dude, that's another one. When I think of Paul,
I know, right?
My God.
No, he's still.
He's
a stud. I mean, he was a sophomore this year, and he's what kept our team together in the middle. I mean,
Really?
that kid can play.
Is he forward, midfield?
So he's a midfielder. He's a defensive mid,
Nice.
but he runs a show.
Does he? That's good.
Literally.
He's not a scorer.
Right.
He's not
Doesn't have to
he
be.
doesn't get we struggle to score anyway, but
Hey, you just need one to win.
but defensively and transitionally, in the game of soccer, it's all about transition in the middle and out to the front, and he's our guy.
That's good. He's the quarterback, right?
So exactly.
Call him the quarterback.
So, man,
Run the show.
good
for him.
He doesn't get the recognition he should, but
Yeah.
he's the reason we're successful too. Though one of the biggest reasons, we got a lot of kids that work hard, and they work. Biggest thing is they work hard all year long, off season. So that's the biggest. I guess I would say our consideration, because they choose to work on the offside. They choose to dedicate themselves, and so when they come back, we come back in good form, and we're not spending as much time on fundamentals.
You don't miss a beat. Everything is just continuing to the next step that needs to go.
So
you watch a lot of the FIFA World Cup when it was out?
oh yeah, too much of it.
Did you?
But yeah, it was awesome. It was one of the better tournaments I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people like myself say that, man, there's not enough scoring in soccer. But I know it's hard to score, right?
No, but yes, it's the scoring, but
there's a process, like you say.
There's the build up. You just, as you learn the game, you appreciate the build up of the play.
You can see
even
it
if
kind
it's
of,
not
you see it developing versus he kicked it back, kicked it back. I don't know what's going to happen.
When they get creative, they're able to get the ball, because these are professionals, okay, playing for their nation, the top guys in their nation.
Best in the world.
It shouldn't be high scoring games.
I know, right? Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Because the best is playing the best.
Exactly. I mean, you have teams that are so defensively sound that, their game is a counter game. Yeah. So they will play defense. They will play defense and counter to score, and that's how they win games. But defense is their thing. And then you have the Brazilians or, the Portuguese team, as far as they want to score. So their pressure is scoring, putting numbers up front, sending guys up front, really putting pressure on defense, and that's how they win.
Yeah.
But, to really appreciate it, you really got to try to understand the game and the flow of the game as far as what happens. And you learn, just like in football, you see a safety make a great play, great interception, Same thing in soccer. When you understand the game better, you understand, you see a defensive mid, what they call number 6, come up and make a great play or a great steal to transition for a score. That's the things you learn to appreciate, as far as just like a quarterback would do to a running back or a throw to a receiver. It's the same type of concepts. The beauty of the game, you just see the flow and how it progresses and things like that. So yeah, there's not a lot scoring, but there's a lot that goes on in between scoring.
Them,
Yeah.
Besides a lot of falling down too, though. That's part of the game.
Yeah. I mean, literally,
sell that ball.
So you say you watch? I mean, did the family sit there? Did you guys have
Our
parties and watch?
So we had
games?
all the games were in the morning, of course.
Oh, because of
Other
time.
side of the world.
Yeah, you got your first game was 4. I think what was it 4 a.m. when they started pool play. 4 a.m, 7, 9, and 10, or 10 or 1, 10, 7 or something like that.
Yeah.
So there was like 4 games when they started group play, and the first one I think was early at 4:00, and then 7:00, and then 10 and 1. I think.
And then during the week.
During the week, yeah.
Right.
So because all the group play went on, because it was night when it was day here, basically at morning time. So yeah, but
I mean, that's why I didn't watch.
I don't.
That's why.
So, but
Yeah, that's why I couldn't watch because I was working.
when you see some of the countries, Andrew, Messi has to win it this year. So he literally cried when they won. because that's how passionate he was about Messi winning his title.
Really?
Yes. So it meant, it meant a lot for him to see the success because Messi's a great player. I mean, he's a great, I would say the greatest player for in soccer of all, all time. Of course, Pelé is one of the better ones too, but he's definitely one of the best. And to watch him play and the things that he does and creates is just phenomenal.
Really? I mean, sad to say, because I've never watched him. I didn't even get a chance to watch any of it.
Because you gotta consider the level of play at the national side.
What?
There was one Sunday where we're at my Theo Leo's, and or it was Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving. I think they were just starting or something with the series, and they turn it on. I'm going, what the hell are you doing? There's a football game.
We're watching football game, and all of a sudden we're watching soccer.
It is football.
I mean, no, it's football.
Football. So,
But still, I'm like, man, how are we doing this?
Yeah, I think I ended up watching like 3 or 4 a.m. games just because of who was playing.
No way.
Now
I can't even wake up for work that day.
But you can wake up to watch the soccer game. Hell, you're in bed or you're in your living room. You're in your jammies.
So, but no, like what your question was, we got together as far as to watch, of course, the USA play.
Yeah.
All right. And we got.
What happened there?
We're just young.
Oh, is that what it is?
Young and inexperienced. So, but they did well. I thought they did well. So
yeah, pretty much on this side of the world, it was like once the United States and Mexico was.
Okay,
I don't care.
Okay,
anymore.
you know what? So you say the USA team was young, but yet,
how old Messi is?
Messi. How old is Messi?
35.
He's old.
So how does
It was the 5th World Cup.
Damn. So how is he able to still play? We don't have any old guys like that on the USA team.
Not really, man. We were too young. They get.
Yeah, I understand they're young, but
no, we do have 32 or 30, but I don't think they have that.
Where's Lexi? What's his name?
He's an announcer now.
Shit, he should be playing. If Messi's out there playing, why can't he be playing? See, I mean, you got to keep the old guys out there.
He was in his prime in 2000.
Where's Courtney? Courtney should have been playing on that team.
So yeah, I mean, as far as it's just a different level of game. It's where it's where you're noticed in the MLS and things like that are outside. But a lot of the players, which we haven't had in the past, are playing overseas now.
Yeah.
A lot of players that are playing overseas, are part of our USA. Of course, we have players from the MLS and everything like that. So, but yeah, a lot of the players which get the experience overseas, which make us competitive.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, I think we were the 3rd youngest team going into the World Cup, and we were the youngest team to qualify for the final 16.
Really?
So
Kansas City is weirdly becoming a very large hub for soccer because, with Sporting KC, and then the women's new facility that's getting ready to come out in the next couple of years.
Their own facility.
Yeah, their own facility, and I believe was there serious talk about the World Cup coming to Kansas City in the next.
It is.
Yeah. See, are you gonna try and get tickets?
If we can, it's it's going to be like a lottery system. So because you got fans from all over
the world coming to Kansas. I know.
So it's not like it's going. Oh, they're coming to Kansas City. It's going to be easy to get a ticket.
No.
You might be easy to get tickets to go to Dallas and watch it. Than actually in Kansas City. So it's going to be a lottery system, and it depends how many games we get too.
True.
But they're gonna, from what I understand, it's going to be a great thing for Kansas City as far as they're going to play at Arrowhead. They're going to remodel. I mean, they're talking about raising the field and putting additional seats in and all kinds of stuff just for the World Cup to play there. So
there's a
what year?
Phenomenal.
That's in another 4 years.
26.
26.
Yeah, that's enough time to. What they're getting ready to move Kauffman Stadium, and
they're going downtown, huh?
Well,
I kind of like that.
See, Arrowhead should just stay and then just
build,
kind of like
all around it.
Yeah, that would be good. But, man, so what's it like having girls in your house now? I mean, all your boys, a wife now, right? You have a daughter-in-law.
Yeah, Zachy got married this
say
summer.
Yeah, congrats on that. Yeah,
and Brandon's engaged to Kathy Ramadi. So yeah, it's great. And Zach Andrews has been dating Heidi. I won't even try to say her last name, but for at least 2 years. So it's nice as far as it's
a
nice,
change of pace for a little bit, right?
Put the boys on. Well, put the boys on their toes and
Yeah.
make them act right.
There you go. Yeah.
So, but no, it's great to have them around. So
That's cool.
We always
Yeah, I
try to
see
get-
that on Facebook. And
Yeah, we try to get together. You know, Margie's thing is try to get together every Sunday. So we always try to have family dinner at Sunday, whoever can make it and things like that. So we constantly do that. And we play games, or Margie comes up with the thing. Like last Sunday was pajamas, cookies, and soup day. So so everybody brought their own soup and their own
pajama.
cookies
I like that. That's
to
interesting.
exchange, and we had to wear pajamas. So
That's interesting.
yeah.
matching jammies. And
That's
cool. That's
I didn't
fun
get to
stuff.
take a picture of mine. Mine said Papa Bear. And I had slippers that said Papa Bear on them too. So I didn't get to showcase them. But yeah, it's great to have the boys around, and and that's the way we grew up too. As far as we try to stay together, the family get together as much as we can.
Yeah.
And
So Christmas with Christmas. Well, we did say Christmas is here now, but I mean, you guys doing it all at home, or are you guys going anywhere?
It's going to be a crazy Christmas for us. We just, I know, just today it'll be after the fact, but we signed and we bought a home in Baser.
Oh,
Sweet.
in Baser,
Congratulations.
Kansas. Well, thank you. So we're going to be celebrating it out there
Okay.
with the boys. We'll have a Christmas Eve with the boys, and then not Christmas Eve. I say that they'll be with us, but in the afternoon we're going to celebrate Christmas with our boys and the girls, and then that evening we'll go celebrate with my side of the family, all my brothers and sisters that evening.
Okay.
And then Christmas we usually have something, breakfast. Okay, I go to church and then celebrate as far as like a breakfast or lunch or something with the boys there. And then that evening we'll go with Margie's family and celebrate Christmas. And then we have another family, the Lopez's. We celebrate.
Busy.
We celebrate
that's a lot
usually like on Monday.
that's a lot of presents.
So they're so we celebrate a lot of Christmas, which is good because we get to see all family. It's always always a
and
fun
that's
thing.
what's great about
Exactly.
the holidays is getting together
So
with the
we are blessed,
families.
yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Congratulations on the new house. You're out in Baser, said?
Yeah, Baser.
Where about?
Just right
You
off.
don't mind
of-
me asking?
Just right off of State Avenue.
Okay.
155th.
Okay.
So just around that area, there's new subdivisions that's gone up. There's like in the second or third phase, and we bought one of the houses in that phase. So it's really, it's really nice. So I'll be working for the rest of my life.
Because that State 155th, that's where the Casey's and
Right there in the Casey's, just a block or two down. Take a
Dude,
left.
you're
Hook me up.
down the street from my sister.
Okay.
So my sister lives right down there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right off, my sister's off of 155th
Lakeside Drive?
and Leavenworth Road. So you're
Yeah, so
you're in
she's-
State. So the next block.
Yeah, the high
Leavenworth
school.
Road.
The high school's
By the
right
high
there.
school. Yeah. She's right there by the high school. Then. Yeah.
Yeah. So my sister's been there for a while too. My mom's there with her as well.
Awesome.
So yeah. So
yeah.
I'm in the neighborhood. I'm gonna be coming
There
by.
you go. Yep. We're just down the street. Seriously, just down the street.
Literally, all right.
So right there off of Lakeside.
Lakeside.
So it's the where Casey's, and then there's a Baptist church on the very next street is Lakeside.
Okay.
So Lakeside Drive,
Lakeside Drive.
and we're like fifth home or something like that on the new on the
Sweet.
new side on the new.
But now that all the kids,
subdivision.
all your boys are older, you guys downsize the house, or you guys went bigger?
That was the
plan.
idea. That was
the
the
plan.
idea.
So you told your boys, "Oh, you guys are getting married. You guys can just move in with us."
So, but no, that was the idea, but it didn't turn out that way just because of the housing craziness that went on last year. I mean, because what we wanted to look for is more ideal ranch in Lenexa
Yeah.
or Olathe. That's what we were ideally wanting to. But, we were looking at 30, 40, 50-year-old homes.
Oh, yeah.
And we're looking at the same price as building one. So we said,
That'd be kind of cool though to build your own home, like
So-
design it the way you want.
Well, yeah, basically. Well, there was one that we had the builders, but we got to choose everything what we wanted. And things
Yeah,
like
so,
that,
I mean, that's a lot
Which was
too.
a lot, which was real cool. So we were able to do that, and for what we were looking to spend for the rest of our lives, we were able to drive out. Which Baser is only like 5-7 minutes from the Legend, right there, not too far. And
Yeah,
it was
but
it was a new
30
subdivision.
to 40 minutes from Harmon.
So, well, no, it's only about 20, 25. Yeah, 25, 30. You're right. It's a good distance.
There's some distance.
It is a nice. It is a nice little drive.
Yeah, instead of being right there off of Steel Road, just a block away. Yeah, it's quite a bit. So, but you know, it's a saying.
They go sleeping in.
But yeah, it's something, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be working for the rest of my life.
Your life, yeah.
Hey, good thing I love my job though. So
Yeah, that's good. And
but yeah, it's a great thing.
yeah,
Great
sweet.
blessing for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome for you guys. Happy for you. I know my big brother Ben and Bro, they were sad when you guys left. And
So, yep. So
I know. So I think a lot of people from you guys are that straight like
Cul-de-sac,
leaving.
yeah, what's
You know?
funny
Yeah, but-
thing about it, man. I mean, we lived next to each other, just house away. You know, house in between us.
Yeah.
I think we see him more now than we did when we lived next to him.
It usually like that too, right? That's funny.
That's the nuts part about it, I guess.
And they're your
That's crazy.
compadres too, right?
Yes. They're Andrew's godparents.
Okay.
So
Yeah, 'cause
Andrew still lives with us.
Okay.
So he's going to school right now at UMKC.
Oh, okay.
So
Gee, wow, is Nina anybody's not? Is she
Yeah,
not anybody's Nina?
because they are actually Marcus's.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
she had her birthday like earlier this year, and we had gone to it, and they did a picture with all like the
All the godchildren.
all the godchildren. There was like 20 of us. I was like, jeez,
Yes.
I never realized how many she had.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're loved. You know.
Yeah.
There's so much love there.
they're great.
Yeah.
Love those guys.
Yeah. Well, Sting, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you coming in. I know, like I said, we talked up at Harmon, and I said I was going to get you in here, and I'm glad you finally had the time and to come in, and hopefully the studio wasn't too far from you,
No.
just right down the street.
It's just down the street from work. So
Yeah. So you
just
came
out-
straight from
just-
work here?
Well, no, actually, we signed today, so I was.
Oh,
at the
so you
house,
had to
so
go
we came
home.
up here, but yeah, it's
Okay.
once I saw the rest you sent last week, I said, "Oh, this is just up the street from me."
Yeah.
So from work, so a new location, man. This is awesome, guys. What you guys are doing, this
Thank
is
you.
great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You
it.
guys are on it, man.
Thank you.
It's so good. So
And,
good to see the boys.
So just keep me posted. Keep me posted as far as the gala goes, and
Yeah, if you want to do that again real quick, like look into the camera and then just kind of reiterate like all the places they can
So-
go and find the information.
Yeah. For the most part, the information that they'll be posting is on Facebook. As far as the JC Harmon alumni page, it's I guess just to join. Yeah, I think you join and then they accept you and then you're part of the group. But like I said, there's like 1,300, and I guess the gala is going to be April 29th. It's going to be at the high school. We're looking to seat about 300 people, so I think we're going to fill it. I think we can fill
hopefully,
it.
yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of interest in it. We're going to be selling T-shirts for it here coming shortly. We'll post stuff about it. We'll be starting ticket sales for the gala here once we solidify in our next meeting what we're going to do catering wise, what we're going to do and serve and things like that. So you'll see more information coming on Facebook. If there's other avenues, I'll make sure Margie lets you know as far as those contacts and things like that. But they're looking to do it that evening, like have a social hour, have a live alumni playing, things like that. Just alumni associated.
That's gonna be
as far as if there's any, we're having alumni from the school making the T-shirts. I think the alumni are catering. The alumni companies are catering. People that
That's cool,
are
man.
associated with those businesses and things like that. So we're just, try to get everybody involved and everybody back together for one of the biggest celebrations in 50. And like I said, we're going to have some guest speakers, which will be very nice with some of the guest speakers, especially one. So it'd be nice, and
that's cool.
It's gonna be the
we're
ex-NFL
gonna
player.
enjoy it.
What's his name?
Mark Haynes.
Mark Haynes.
I wish
That would be
sweet.
that would be
it would
awesome.
be nice too, but yeah. Well, we have a lot of them. Jeez, I mean,
Yeah.
so we had a lot of great athletes come through.
Cool. So before we finish, I just got. I'm gonna ask your favorites. I have five of them for you. What's your favorite snack before bed?
For bed, my favorite snack.
I guess I should ask you. Do you snack before bed? Because I know I do.
So no, I try not to.
I know, right? It's not good, but
If I do, I always fall into the peanuts in the shell.
oh yeah.
Got to have peanuts in shell.
Wait, what do you mean in shell? You mean like eat
Like
the
you-
whole?
No, like
Oh,
you crack.
yeah.
the
Okay,
shell.
I do that. I like peanuts.
I think
yeah.
they taste different than when you get them.
Then when you buy them already
in a can or
They're
already
oily
jar.
when they're in the can.
Well, that's a different type one too. But there's dry roasted kind.
Yeah, that's the kind I get.
But the roasted with the shells, that's what I enjoy. The
I can
most.
smack.
You know
those all
what?
day.
Did you if you ate pistachios, you'd fall asleep faster?
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I like pistachios too.
Yeah. That's what I had heard or read somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You don't read.
Yeah.
So that
You ass? Yes, I do.
So we're big pistachio fans too. So
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful because sometimes if you guys are together eating pistachios, then all of a sudden you guys all wake up at the same time. And what the hell just happened?
It knocked you guys all out.
I'm a late person.
Yeah. Favorite shoe brand?
Favorite shoe brand? I would have to say soccer, Adidas.
Adidas soccer.
Yep.
Yeah. You're wearing the shirt, so you better say Adidas.
Yep.
Favorite sport to watch?
Favorite sport to watch? It's a tie.
Between what?
No,
Football.
it's a tie that he
Oh.
wears.
It's a tie.
Right?
It's a tie.
It's a tie. It's like it's got football and soccer on it.
So no, it's. I like to watch football and football.
Football or football?
Football, American, and
Football.
football, soccer.
You got so high right there.
You know why I got high?
Whatever.
Okay.
I got high.
Favorite color?
Favorite color? I would have to say purple.
Yeah.
Purple.
Another purple one.
Why?
Yeah, okay. And number 5, favorite actor.
Favorite actor? Always. This is since high school age. Tom Cruise.
Really?
Yeah. Top Gun and all those movies.
Did you like the Maverick movie?
Oh yeah.
That was a
Maverick
badass
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Tell you need to watch it. It's good. It's good. And he just shot this commercial where he jumps out of a
watching
plane.
it. He's just holding
Did
the
you see
camera
that?
and he's just
No,
falling
I
out of a
didn't see
plane
it.
talking.
Son of a bitch.
Really?
He jumps out of a plane.
He's free
And you know
falling.
it's real because he's free falling and he's talking to the camera. I don't know. He guys, that son of a bitch is crazy.
Yeah, he did those. Cocktail.
In Mission Impossible. and
Mission
stuff.
Impossible.
The Outsiders.
Yeah, he was in The Outsiders.
Yep.
That's my favorite movie. That's the only book I read.
Jerry Maguire.
I didn't read that book.
Yep, Jerry Maguire.
All right, Sting, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
This
you
was
guys
fun.
having me. Awesome.
Yeah, this was fun.
All right.
Good, Mark?
Yep.
Chris, we good?
Thank you.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to the Big Modcast. Until then, peace out. Thanks for watching, and thank you for listening to the Big Modcast.
If you like what you saw and want to see previous episodes, click the link right here.